So the U.S. Supreme Court today made a ruling on birthright citizenship. Well, not exactly. I spent the whole morning reviewing this and getting accurate information, so I'm going to try to break this down in layman's terms. Now, the ruling wasn't directly about U.S. birthright citizenship or Trump's executive order trying to deny that to U.S.-born babies of residents or citizens. Basically, Trump and his administration have been challenging the 94 U.S. district courts on whether they have power and authority to overrule one of his executive orders. Now, let's step back a little bit and break a couple things down. First of all, this is the U.S. Supreme Court, okay? This is part of our judiciary branch. There's one U.S. Supreme Court. That's where Justice Sotomayor and the other justices, they're the law of the land. Then you have the Court of Appeals. There's 13 of them. And then at the bottom, you have U.S. district courts. There's 94 of them. They're spread out all over the United States. In fact, the U.S. district court that represents Los Angeles and neighboring counties is the most populous one in the United States. In the previous administration, and even in this current one, different federal judges from these district courts have been filing injunctions to stop Trump's executive orders, including the one denying U.S. birthright citizenship. Trump and his cronies have been saying that they don't have authority over them, and guess what they just did? The Supreme Court just undermined themselves by taking power away from their own judiciary branch and giving it to Trump, saying that they're correct. The U.S. district courts do not have power over his executive orders. They said that the U.S. district courts should basically only rule and affect the areas that their districts cover. That's a big change, because before a district court, a federal U.S. district court, would be able to file an injunction and stop it across the nation, right? They would be able to stop any executive order from across the nation. They just said they can't do that anymore. This finding now just throws out of balance the whole system of checks and balances countries is built on. The system of check and balances, which includes the three branches, right? The judiciary branch, the executive branch, which is Donald Trump, the presidency, and the legislative branch, which is the Congress. There's a system of checks and balances to make sure none of them have too much power. The Supreme Court just took power away from their own judiciary branch and gave it to the executive branch. So that's where we're at right now. As of right now, they said that Trump's executive order denying birthright citizenship can't go into effect until 30 days from now. In October, they'll decide if Trump's executive order goes against the Constitution or if they'll allow it. Trump's argument is that the 14th Amendment, which guarantees birthright citizenship, only applies to slaves and shouldn't apply to immigrants, that it was never intended for immigrants. And his staff and local cronies are accusing the U.S. district courts of acting like emperors.
And not one district court judge can think they're an emperor over this administration and his executive powers.
So that's where we're at right now. Stay tuned. If there's anything else that develops out of this, I'll make sure to let you guys know.